You told yourself it wasn't going to work. You felt too drained to keep going. So you made a decision. You said it was over. But did you really ask God or just react to the pain? It's hard to hear God when your heart is breaking. You want relief more than direction in moments like that. So it's easy to assume that ending things is the answer. But emotional relief isn't always the same as spiritual release. God's peace feels different from emotional escape. Sometimes you choose silence because it hurts too much to talk. Sometimes you walk away because it feels easier than waiting again. But was it God guiding that move, or your need to feel safe? It's a question that lingers when your spirit still feels unsettled. Because peace always follows God's decisions, not just our own. You may have needed space, but was that space meant to be permanent? You may have felt ignored, but was that really a sign to give up or to pray harder? God doesn't rush you, but He does wait for you to include Him. If you didn't pause to ask Him before closing that door, you may have walked away without full clarity. And that's why the questions still rise in your mind, because the Spirit remembers what the emotions tried to forget. And God allows that tension to bring you back to Him. He's not mad at you for deciding too quickly. He's patient with your emotions, but He still wants to speak to your spirit. That restless feeling could be His way of saying, "You moved, but I didn't tell you to." Before you make it final in your heart, go back to the place of prayer. Lay down your pain, your confusion, and your expectations. And ask God to give you confirmation, not just comfort, because He's the only one who knows whether the story is done or if there's still purpose waiting in what feels like silence. Don't assume closure when you haven't asked the one who sees the full picture. He gives wisdom without judgment, and He always answers when you seek Him with your whole heart. So if your spirit still wonders, if the weight hasn't lifted, don't just replay your decision. Return to prayer. That's where the truth always begins again.